Welcome back to the green-horn photo taker. Again, we try for a cloud inversion at Cliff Park. Okay, sorry about the darkness. I am on my phone. Let's talk about how today happened and the fact that I am incredibly giddy. I run a hiking group. Today was a hike at Cliff Park. And all week long I was watching the weather. And it just seemed like good conditions for a cloud inversion. So I learned how to read a skew-T diagram and what to look for to predict a cloud inversion. And it's really low level moisture, colder as you get to the surface, and then a layer of warmer air that kind of domes it in on top. And sure enough, the skew-T showed that a cloud inversion was probable today. So I'm up here now, and then we'll repeat the route in a few hours. Now, what's exciting about today is I think the last 2 times in a row I was skunked because I didn't read a skew-T. So now I feel pretty confident I know what to look for in future photography to see when there might be an inversion. And today is gorgeous. 71 degrees, it's about 45 now. There are no clouds in the sky, which is normally terrible for a sunrise. But with these inversions, I don't want to look at the sun. I want to see the sun come over the ridge, highlight the top of the cloud inversion, and the golden colors that you get on top of that fog. I've only experienced it a handful of times. It is amazing, truly amazing. So I hope I don't mess this up. I've tried different techniques for my time lapses. That's what we're going for today. I've never been 100% satisfied with it. I'm gonna go back to my old technique of not worrying about the ISO and letting the camera do it themselves and see what happens. I think I'm gonna get some flicker, and it's going to annoy the heck out of me. And again, flicker is just as there are subtle changes in ISO up and down, as there are subtle changes in sunlight up and down, the camera will try to adjust, and it's never perfect. So those small micro adjustments between shots can suddenly change the exposure quickly. Hopefully without any clouds, that'll be minimized, and it'll be a gradual increase instead of some herky-jerky stops. That's what we're going for today. On the way in, there was no fog. I was getting bummed, but as we were coming up the hill, I definitely noticed some fog in the distance and got a little bit giddy, but that's okay. That's why we're here. I think you've done it, Lily. I think you've done it. Let's see. Okay. You're a devil, Lou. You can read a skew-T diagram with the help of AI to figure out when a cloud inversion is nigh. Yes, I'm so happy I said nigh. Is there anybody here? There's nobody. Come on now. You can't see anything, but what I see is potential. The only problem with this shot, off in the distance over here, there is a road closure with a traffic light that is usually not there. So I would have preferred to have this more expansive down valley view. And maybe I still can. Maybe I'll switch lenses and just live with it, right? But right now I'm more focused over here as opposed to down valley. I have time. I think I'll switch lenses and just see what that look is. Okay, I am going to try not to panic. Memory says that more should be happening if we're going to get a good inversion. So we might just end up with some pretty clouds. We'll have to see. I have the GoPro going down here and the Sony going over here. It is approximately 6:25 with sunrise in about 20 minutes. I may now notice, actually I think I do notice, some definite buildup to the north. So it's not over yet. It is not over yet. I absolutely love how that fog just sticks to those trees, sometimes having them pop out, sometimes not. Very unique experience. So I think things are going okay. I do notice motion in the fog, and that's more important than anything. So sometimes, let's look behind me. Sometimes you can see this fog build all the way up to the top of these bluffs. These are the Milford Bluffs. I'll put the elevation, I always forget, maybe 400 feet above the, no, less than that. 200 feet above the river, I'd say. Sometimes the clouds or the fog can come up so high that you can't see the view at all up here. I don't think we're in store for that type of inversion. I think it would have creeped up enough already, but we'll see. But still, again, as you can see behind me, it's definitely starting to fill in a bit. So even if it is not a full-fledged inversion, I think this will look good in the time lapse, especially watching. I'm not even looking at the camera because I'm watching the fog, especially watching the fog build. That's a really cool idea. Gorgeous day. Gorgeous day. You know, it's funny, I was just telling someone at work, I haven't taken the camera out since Colorado. So it is late September. Oh, tomorrow's the first day of fall. Or maybe it's today, whatever. And we got back from Colorado, late July? And I haven't used the camera once. And part of the reason is, I know it's terrible to say, but Jersey is not as beautiful as Colorado. So the inspiration just wasn't there. But then you come to a place like this and you kick yourself for not having the camera out more, because it's certainly awe-inspiring, just in a different way. And this location, I'll put up against almost any other location. It is something else. Damn, I already messed up. I totally forgot to think about how long my exposure should be as it gets brighter out. So I started with a 3.2 second exposure with auto ISO and just left it like that, which was fine for when it was very dark, but obviously as the sun comes up, you can't have a 3.2 second exposure. Ay, ay, ay. So despite my best efforts, I need to change exposures, and I'm sure that'll really... I'm so stupid! So I guess I would have had to start with what I think a normal exposure time would be in daylight and set it up that way in the dark. So even now, I'm gonna have to mess with this in post so bad. Or even now, what am I doing? I am messing this up so bad. I'm so mad at myself. Come on, stop. Stop. I've lost my mind. I really don't know what to do. I've lost my mind. I forgot how to do a time lapse. It's been so long, I forgot how to do a time lapse. I missed this whole... I'm so mad at myself. Oh, I had to start over. And 5 minutes away from sunset. So I messed up this shoot pretty bad. I have a habit of thinking I know what I'm doing when I don't. And then I don't double check things and think it out. So I have the GoPro, but the Sony a7 IV, busted. Maybe I could save the tail end of it, but that's about it. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. And I think I know. Look at this angle. I don't even care. I was thinking 3.2 seconds was the interval, which is what I want. You know, about a 3 second, every 3 seconds a shot. But I set the exposure to 3 seconds. Man. I would say live and learn, but I don't seem to learn much. Well, let's try to focus on the positive. It's beautiful out, and I'm witnessing it. I guess. All right, I gotta get my game face on. The sun's about to pop up, and I should have a camera out. Oh, it's so fucking stupid. Here we go. All right. Pretend you're having fun. All right, let's close with whatever I salvaged from the time lapse. Thanks for watching. Get out and explore. All right. I'm okay. It is beautiful here. Thanks for watching.